Welcome to WD Sports Lounge. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I deserve it. I was talking it, so I gotta back it up, and I gotta be humble about it, and I gotta take it for what it is. The Warriors got bounced in 5 games, and I know my first video on the WD Sports Lounge, I predicted the Golden State Warriors to win the championship based on how they were playing and how hot it was, and with the addition of Jimmy Butler and how everything was clicking. I had every reason to believe that. But unfortunately, with NBA comes injuries, and to win a championship, a certain amount of luck has to come with it. And in this case, for the Golden State Warriors, luck didn't go by their side, as they lost their heart and soul, the heartbeat of that team, that franchise, Steph Curry, to a hamstring injury. And pretty much, to say the least, it demoralized the team. And there's plenty blame to spread around between the team that was out on the court. But it is what it is. The Golden State credit goes out to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ant is on a mission, as you can see. Everyone he's played so far is eliminated in 5 games. LeBron James in 5, now Steph Curry and the Warriors in 5. So hats off to them. They're headed back to the Western Conference Finals for the second year in a row, and awaiting the winners of the OKC Thunder and the Denver Nuggets. But back to the Warriors. I feel like the season was not too much of a disappointment, but I feel like they still got to upgrade in Jimmy Butler. It's just that I think Jimmy is not. He said it himself. He's not that guy that's gonna be the man of the team. He's not gonna be the lead scorer on the team. He doesn't want to be that. He was that in Miami. He was that in Chicago at one point, and his passion and his effort and his leadership allows him to will teams at least to the finals, like in Miami. But we ask ourselves this question: could it be also that the system that he was in with Miami Heat that helped him get to the point of the finals? Because we could also make the argument that when he was with Golden State, he's with a championship team. He was with a championship coach as well. And by the way they were playing, and had Steph Curry still been healthy, maybe we'd be having another conversation and my prediction would be right. But in this case, because it's not, I feel like, Jimmy Butler, going back to my point, is not that type of player that wants to be the front runner player. And not putting the whole blame on him. Draymond Green also had a pedestrian game. He had his game was not up to par, and a lot of the other players, it just didn't click. And Minnesota Timberwolves, they saw blood. So it's not a disappointment, but at the same time, I know Steph Curry and I know the Warriors, they want their expectation is championship, and unfortunately they didn't make it to that point. So I'm specifically making this video to be humble and humble myself, because I did call them as the championship team. So light me up in the comment sections. I got proved wrong. the same way I gloat about being right is the same way I'm gonna be humble when I'm wrong. But it's all opinions, discussions for the most part. I'm just pretty much gonna hold my own on this one. But hats off to the Minnesota Timberwolves, going on to the next round, and the Warriors. They got a lot of questions to be answered, and they got a lot of movements that needs to be made in order for this team to have one more shot at a championship, especially at the fact that Steph Curry is at a point where he's getting older, and now with the hamstring injury, the injuries starts to pile up. So not to hope any further injuries going forward till he retires, at least, hopefully. But it's usually not a good sign, especially when you get to your later years of the NBA, that once you get through one injury, that another injury may not occur. So we've seen that many times before, but we hope for the best for Steph Curry. We hope for a great recovery. And so tell me what y'all think about that, and go ahead and roast me. I'm going to take it in the chin because, the same way that I dish it, I got to take it. So have at it, y'all. This is the WD Sports Lounge with another one. Signing off.